All right. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Austin Pruitt. I run a high-end detail shop specializing in ceramic coatings. And if you don't know who this guy is Todd. He runs a YouTube channel with over 3 million subscribers. So shout out to Todd or Project Farm. And he does a bunch of these comparison videos. And he made a video on ceramic coatings. And since that's primarily what we do, I figured I'd react to him. Also, I already have a few thoughts based on the lineup that I'm seeing here, but I'll hold comments, but let's get into it. Let's see what he says.
Nearly as long as one is properly protected. So the question is that $8 ceramic coating just as good as the one that cost $150? Well, let's find out. In the first test, we'll see how well the ceramic coatings.
All right. That was quick, but I already got to say something. You're buying an $8 ceramic coating. It's not a ceramic coating. That's a wax, okay? Don't think of it as a ceramic coating. Ceramic coatings, the only thing that actually, if you're going to call something a ceramic coating, the only ceramic coating that is actually a ceramic coating is going to come in these little tiny glass bottles. They're like usually like 60 milliliters. Okay, so if you're buying a 16-ounce ceramic coating that comes in a plastic bottle for $8, that's not a coating. Okay, this just think of it as a wax. There's a bunch of different categories. You can have carnauba wax, you can have synthetic waxes, you can have paint sealants, all that stuff. Just keep it simple. Think wax and ceramic coating. Okay, but $8, that's a wax. That's not a coating. Anyways, let's keep going.
Protect car paint. We'll also see how well they protect plastic. Before I apply the ceramic coatings, I'll wash the front hood, which will serve as a test area of the vehicle. Pour 2 to 3 ounces of strip wash into the bucket. Spray hose directly into the wash pad to dispense soap and create suds. Fill bucket 2/3 full. Now that I've washed the vehicle with strip wash, I'll need to remove all the contaminants from the paint. A clay bar is designed to remove environmental contaminants which can deteriorate a paint's finish. It does a great job of removing brake dust that becomes lodged inside the clear coat. The clay bar that I purchased comes with this lubricant which allows the clay bar to slide freely. Sometimes the clay bar isn't able to remove all the brake dust. So I'll go ahead and apply an iron remover which will quickly break down any remaining iron. Just to be sure the test area is completely clean, I'll go ahead and wash the vehicle one more time with the strip wash. At a price of only $8 is this Shine Armor brand. It claims...
All right. I'm really glad he at least clayed it and used iron remover. Typically, I like to use iron remover prior to claying, but if you want to clay before iron, that's fine. But yeah, that's a super important step that a lot of people don't understand. And if you ever get coating that fails prematurely, probably because you didn't do the prep work right. Ideally, he would have polished the hood as well. It's not a necessary step, but it sure further ensures a deep clean. So I would have liked to see a polishing stage after that, but I get it. He's going for quick. But yes, absolutely. You got to clay, got to use iron. All right, let's get into this Shine Armor garbage.
Offer your vehicle a waterless wash, coat, and shine. It even includes 2 microfiber towels. The Shine Armor is made in USA. Let's first measure the slickness of the paint without...
Wait, what? What were those 2 microfiber towels? Those look like rags. Don't... okay. So I've said this before, but microfiber towels, it's all about GSM, grams per square meter. It's basically a thickness measurement. Anything, if you're using the exterior, you want to be at least 350 GSM. Ideally, you're at 500 GSM, super soft and fluffy. Those look like a 10 GSM. That was, I don't even know if you can call that a benefit that it comes with those 2 rags, but all right, whatever, Shine Armor.
Any waxes or coatings. The digital angle gauge shows that the front hood is level. I'll use a brand new sponge with 5 pounds of weight on top of the sponge. And the unprotected paint just isn't very slick as it's taking right at 4.5 pounds of force for the sponge to slide. Since we're testing 8 different ceramic coatings, I'll go ahead and create 8 different test areas on the flattest areas of the front hood. Spray onto a cleaned, damp microfiber cloth and onto the surface you are cleaning. Gently wipe the surface with the first pre-wetted folded microfiber cloth. Quickly switch to a clean folded dry microfiber cloth and buff off the remaining haze before it dries. Repeat this this process until the entire vehicle is clean, streak-free, and ultra-glossy. It's also safe to use on glass, paint, and metal and plastic. Headlight covers are made of polycarbonate, and it takes quite a bit more force to slide a sponge across a polycarbonate panel at 12.7 pounds. Let's apply each ceramic coating that we'll be testing to a brand new polycarbonate sheet for additional testing. If it's all about ease of application, the Shine Armor is very easy to work with and buffs to a nice shine with very minimal effort. At a price of $15 is this Hybrid Solutions. On the previous review on ceramic...
All right, so yeah, Shine Armor, that's... I hate even that's not a ceramic coating. Don't call it a ceramic coating. It's not a ceramic coating. It's a wax. From how it's applied to the bottle, it's just a wax. I don't expect much. I mean, maybe I'm totally wrong, but there's no chance.
Ceramic coatings, the Hybrid Solutions did an amazing job, so let's see if it still performs well. It claims to offer extreme water repellency. We're going to test that. They claim it's long-lasting and it can last over 6 months. The Hybrid Solutions is made in USA. For best results, do not over-apply the active formula. Use 2 sprays per panel. Spread and wipe with a cleaned, folded microfiber cloth. Use a separate microfiber cloth to remove. You can also use this product on exterior glass, plastics, and more. Just like the Shine Armor, the Hybrid Solutions is very easy to apply and buffs to a shiny finish with minimal effort. At a price of $17 is this Cerakote.
All right, Turtle Wax. Turtle Wax I actually like. Turtle Wax has kind of gone a little bit of a renaissance recently. Obviously, they've been around for forever. It's still not a coating. It's a wax. It's one of the better performing value to performance waxes out there. So I would say, especially if you're DIY, that product is awesome. Now, is it on par with any ceramic coating? No, absolutely not. It's a wax. But just like he said, that one you really want to be careful, and really kind of this goes for any protection. Do not over apply that, or it's going to streak on you. It's going to be super annoying, and it's not going to look good, and you're going to be confused why it doesn't look good, because a lot of people with any kind of protection think more is better. That is not always the case. You don't need a lot. I would do, just speaking from experience from that Turtle Wax product, you could do 1 spray per entire door panel. So, you know, he did a little like 1 foot by 1 foot section on the hood and did 2 sprays. I would do the whole hood with 1 or 2 sprays. You don't need a ton of it. But again, not a ceramic coating, so let's keep going.
Brand. It claims to offer unsurpassed slickness. We're going to test that. It also comes with a microfiber towel. It claims to be extremely hydrophobic, and the Cerakote is made.
Don't use that towel. What is that garbage? All right, anyways.
Made in USA. Park the vehicle in the shade or out of the sun. Gently shake bottle for approximately 10 seconds. Evenly spray a light coat directly onto the surface. Using one side of the towel, wipe the coating evenly across the surface. Immediately flip the towel to a clean, dry side and buff the coating to an incredible shine. Inspect each section after buffing to ensure no haze remains. If haze is present, buff the haze away to a high gloss shine. It'll be fully cured in about 2 hours. During this time, you'll notice the gloss level and slickness increases dramatically. Do not expose to moisture during the 2-hour cure. And the Cerakote is also very easy to apply, just like the Shine Armor and the Hybrid Solutions. At a price of $25 is this Chemical Guys brand. Instructions for use include shaking the container well. Spray onto the surface, working 1 section at a time. Use a clean microfiber towel to gently wipe the area clean. For best results, do not apply in direct sunlight. The manufacturer claims extreme hyperactive water beading. They claim it offers protection against UV rays, extreme weather, and contamination. The Chemical Guys is made in USA. And the Chemical Guys is very easy to apply, but it did take just a little bit more effort to buff to a shine compared to the Cerakote. At a price of $38 is this Nano.
All right. Pause. Oh, Chemical Guys. Look, if you use Chemical Guys and the product works for you, great. I'm never gonna. If it works for you, if it's not broke, don't fix it, right? But if you're thinking about Chemical Guys and you're not already sold, just don't buy it. Okay, y'all, there are so many other better products, and they charge you way more than what it should be, and they want to sell you. They have 5,000 different products that they want to sell you, and really you need like 1/10 of their product line. That's my issue with Chemical Guys. Again, these are all still waxes. I haven't actually seen a ceramic coating yet, but we'll keep going. Honestly, I've never heard of Nano Bond. I feel like I've pretty much used every ceramic coating out there, but I haven't heard of Nano Bond, so kind of intrigued.
Bond brand. In addition to the bottle of ceramic coating, it also includes a sponge, microfiber towel, a micro suede applicator, and gloves. The Nano Bond.
Okay, now that actually looks like a ceramic coating. Now it's $38, so it could be crap, but that actually looks like a ceramic coating. Yes, you definitely want to wear gloves with ceramic coating. You don't want this stuff penetrating your skin. But this is our first, I would say, potential actual ceramic coating.
Is made in China. The first step is to wrap the cloth over the coating sponge. Put liquid on the cloth. Spread the liquid on the card.
Made in China. There you go. That's why it's $38. So not expecting much, but yeah, this actually looks like a coating.
And wait for 1 to 2 minutes for the liquid to dry. Use the towel to wipe and polish. It's supposed to leave a glass-like finish. They claim it offers outstanding water beading that makes the water almost jump off the surface. It's supposed to offer protection for up to 36 months. The Nano Bond is made in China. Instead of a spray and wipe like the other brands, the Nano Bond is a wipe and wait system that takes about 4 to 5 times as much time to apply. At a price of $60.
Okay, so there's a little bit more nuance than wipe and wait. So when you apply a ceramic coating, you have what are called flash times. So you need the product to sit on the clear coat long enough. The solvents are going to dissolve, and different ceramic coatings have different flash times. Basically, it needs long enough to where it bonds to the clear coat, but not too long, or then you're going to get high spots and it's going to look like oil slick on your car, and that's going to be super annoying. You're not going to be able to just to remove them. You probably have to polish them off at that point. But yeah, there are very specific times versus a wax where you can be a little bit more lenient on it. Okay, F11 top coat. This is garbage. Don't buy it. I don't need to see the results. I can't wait to see the results. But it's just, it's probably my least favorite detailing product of all time. And that's not just me. Go ask any detailer. I think Chicago Auto Pros did kind of a similar video, and F11 just failed within like 2 days.
Is this Topco F11 Pro. The kit includes 16-ounce F11 Pro spray bottle, 2-ounce travel bottle, and 2 microfiber towels. They claim that their product is the most advanced water-based ceramic coating. The F11 is made in USA. Spray F11 Pro directly on the surface, coating one area at a time. Immediately hand buff F11 Pro in with a dry and clean top coat microfiber towel. Use the second dry microfiber cloth for final buff to ensure the entire surface area is polished and potential areas of overspray are removed. Repeat this process until all areas are coated inside and out. Let cure for 24 hours. It's supposed to last up to 12 months. And the F11 top coat sprays on quickly and wipes away easily. At a price of $90, is this advanced?
Oh man, I will give you $1,000 if somebody can show me that F11 lasted 12 months without reapplying like every day. Yeah, so that's not going to happen. Also, I would push back a little bit on terminology there. I think he's either going off the directions, but this is super common. A lot of people will say like buff and polish and stuff like that. That's more getting into the realm of what we call paint correction. You actually want to take a polisher or like a buffer, but most likely it's called a polisher. And that is when you're actually abrading your clear coat and getting one flat level surface. If you're just applying, waxing, coating, I wouldn't call that's not really polishing. You're applying a coating of wax, you're installing a coating of wax, but you're not polishing. Just small little detail there. All right, graphene, let's go.
graphene coating. They claim it lasts up to 10 years. Includes 2 microfiber towels. It also comes with a couple pairs of gloves. Wrap the cloth around the sponge and apply 4 drops of graphene coating. Apply in straight lines. First apply horizontally and then vertically to an area about half the size of the hood. Make sure to apply 1 to 2 drops whenever the sponge feels dry or when you don't see the product being applied to the surface. Immediately after, buff the surface gently in circular motions with the microfiber cloth. They recommend folding the cloth and using one side for the first stage of the initial buffing and then the other side of the cloth for the more thorough buffing. The advanced graphene is made in USA. There's no wait time before wiping off the advanced graphene, making it just about as quick to apply as the spray-on products. At a price of $150, the most expensive coating.
All right, so graphene kind of came on the scene, 4 or 5 years ago, maybe. It's honestly kind of lost a lot of its flair. Graphene's big claim to fame when it first came out was, hey, we're going to reduce the surface temperature. We're going to reduce water spotting. There's a couple other things, but those were their big things. Reduce the surface temperature, reduce water spotting. Ceramic coatings can get water spots. They help with water spots. They can be water spot resistant, but they're not water spot proof. Anyways, both of those claims haven't really panned out in the few years that graphene has been around. Also, graphene is not something entirely new. Basically, they take reduced graphene oxide and add it to the ceramic coating base. You can't add pure graphene, at least to my knowledge, as of right now. So it's a fancy ceramic coating. That's all it is. Right now, the big fad is diamond. Everybody's coming out with diamond ceramic coating. So again, we'll have to see. We're actually currently testing some diamond coatings. We'll see if they actually perform better. But yeah, graphene's just think fancy ceramic coating. All right, Atoms. I actually used to use Atoms. I really like this product, so I'll be interested to see what the testing looks like.
We'll be testing is made by Atoms. It costs $150. The kit includes surface prep, graphene boost, and the coating. It also comes with a couple of applicators, 2 micro suede ceramic towels. It comes with a couple of soft plush towels. They claim it offers 9 years of protection. Apply surface prep to remove polish residue. Wipe away using a single soft microfiber towel. Apply numerous drops of graphene ceramic.
Okay, so yeah, the surface prep is always nice because, again, typically you will polish the vehicle before you coat it. Again, like we talked about at the beginning, he never polished it, so that's not a super necessary step here, but it's basically an alcohol. So if you've got leftover chemicals or something you just left over on the surface, that alcohol is going to strip that, and you're going to get a nice, clean surface.
Ceramic coating to the suede applicator. Work a 3 foot by 3 foot area at a time. Use a crosshatch pattern to ensure full coverage. Once the coating is applied to the surface, it will begin to cure and have the appearance of a rainbow or oil slick. As the rainbow color starts to dissipate on the paint, it's time to begin wiping away the surface oils. Using the micro suede coating towel, first lightly wipe and level the coating surface oils. If excess oils persist, use a plush microfiber towel to fully wipe away the ceramic residue. Allow the coating to cure for a full 24 hours. It offers 10H hardness. It's supposed to be extremely hydrophobic, slick, and versatile. They claim to offer 110% satisfaction. The Atoms ceramic coating is made in USA. And the Atoms seems to take just as much time to apply as a nanobond coating and cannot be wiped away immediately after application. Assessing ease of application is...
Yeah, so that's another thing that I don't think we've touched on yet. The cross-linking is actually really important, typically for ceramic coating. So you'll notice he'll go horizontal and then he'll go vertical, or vice versa. It doesn't really matter. But having those 2 different ways really helps cross-linking and is really going to help your coating bond. So that is super important. And then if you notice, he came in, he said, if coating still remains, come in with a second towel. Especially with graphene is a little bit more grabby, so it can be a little difficult. So I typically don't recommend graphene for like DIYers or beginners. Not that it's impossible, but it's a little harder to apply than like a normal ceramic coating. But yeah, you definitely want to come in with that second high nap, high GSM towel, because that's really going to help buff back any spots that you missed with the low nap towel. So for sure. But really, is that all of our products?
highly subjective. However, the spray-on products are definitely easier and faster to apply compared to the products that require use of a sponge or applicator. All of the ceramic coatings have had well over 24 hours to...
Okay. Yeah. Wow. That's our whole lineup. Okay. I would definitely would have liked to seen more products and more actual ceramic coatings, but yeah, I don't know if it would have made for as good a video because you probably won't see them fail as quickly, but I guarantee you probably half of these are going to fail depending on what kind of torture test he's going to put it through.
Cure in a temperature-controlled environment that's very close to 77 degrees Fahrenheit. Let's once again measure the slickness of the paint. And the sponge is sliding on the shine armor with 2.4 pounds of force, which is quite a bit better than the bare paint at 4.5 pounds of force for the sponge to slide. And the Hybrid Solutions is very slick at only 1.5 pounds, which is almost a pound better than the shine armor. And the Cerakote performed well and moves into second place at 2 pounds or half a pound behind the Hybrid Solutions. And the Chemical Guys is only 1/10 of a pound behind the Hybrid Solutions at 1.6 pounds, which is good enough to move into second place. And the Nanobond isn't nearly as slick as the spray-on products at 3.3 pounds to move the sponge. And the F11 performed well at 2 pounds, the same as the Cerakote. Just like the Nanobond, the Advanced Graphene isn't quite as slick as some of the spray-on coatings at 2.4 pounds. And the Atoms performed very well at only 1.7 pounds. So the Hybrid Solutions finished in first place at 1.
All right, so let's take a look at this Hybrid Solution. Again, Hybrid Solutions is fantastic. If you're looking for a cheap wax, value to performance, it's Hybrid Solutions all day. I know he said 24 hours. My only complaint about that is a lot of the professional, I don't want to say professional because none of these are professional coatings, but the actual ceramic coatings, a lot of them will take up to a week to cure. So ideally, he would have waited a week. I would have liked to seen that, and then I would have liked to seen the slickness after a week. But Hybrid's great, Atoms was great, but yeah, Turtle Wax, fantastic.
1.5 pounds, but the Chemical Guys at Atoms weren't too far behind at 1.6 and 1.7 pounds respectively. The tape is definitely going to get in the way of the testing. I'll go ahead and outline the test area using a permanent marker, and I'll remove the tape. Now that the tape is off, I'll go ahead and use a larger marker just to make sure we can see the test area boundaries throughout the testing. Before we kick off testing on the ceramic coatings on the vehicle, let's kick off testing on the polycarbonate sheets. Ceramic coatings are a great option for protecting headlights from becoming oxidized. So let's place the polycarbonate sheets inside of the dishwasher to see how they hold up to relatively warm water. I won't use any detergents or additives, and we'll check back on this later in the video. And the shine armor is performing well, and the water is mostly beading and not forming a sheet. And the Hybrid Solutions is definitely performing better than the shine armor, and that's some pretty impressive water beading. Let's dial up the intensity and volume of water for a side-by-side. Shine armor is on the left, and Hybrid Solutions is on the right, and the Hybrid Solutions is definitely...
Yeah, so he hasn't even hit shine armor with any chemicals yet, and it's already, again, you can see right there. It's kind of sheeting, but it's basically already dead. So just don't use it.
Performing quite a bit better. And the Cerakote is performing better than the shine armor and about the same as the Hybrid Solutions. And the Hybrid Solutions and Cerakote are both performing very well, and this one is too close to call. And the Chemical Guys is looking really good, but the Hybrid Solutions and Cerakote might be just a little better. And a side-by-side with more water volume, and the Cerakote is definitely performing better than the Chemical Guys. And the Nanobond is performing well with the water beading and no sheets of water forming. There appears to be a vertical water flow pattern which indicates an inconsistent finish with the Nanobond coating. I did follow the manufacturer's instructions and waited 1.5 minutes before wiping and polishing the coating, but that may have been a little too long. And the F11 is performing well with most of the water beading, but there's more sheeting compared to most of the other brands. A side-by-side with the Nanobond and F11, and the Nanobond is performing quite a bit better. And the Advanced Graphene is definitely performing...
F11 is dead. The F11 is dead already. Again, just don't buy that. Golly, that's funny. Also, I don't think he applied it wrong because I mean it's a lighter vehicle, so it can be hard to see high spots, but I feel like you would have seen high spots on it. So I wouldn't be too worried about the vertical water beading. I think you're fine.
performing better than the F11, but not quite as well as the hybrid solutions in Cerakote. And there's a sheet of water covering the F11 in the advanced graphene, but the sheet of water cleared up faster on the advanced graphene. So advanced graphene for the win over the F11. And there's nothing but water beating with the Atoms, and it's doing by far the best yet. Very impressive. Increasing water volume and intensity, and the Atom still refuses to let the water form a sheet. Very impressive. Assessing performance is highly subjective, but the Atoms came out on top. Nanobond performed well, finished.
Yeah, the advanced graphene, again, that was kind of a no-name brand. So that one I would say is clearly not worth it. But yeah, Atoms is a fantastic product, and it's not really a fair comparison because we're in two different leagues here. But yeah, if Atoms is failing this early, that'd be a problem.
In second place, and hybrid solutions in Cerakote tied for third. Strip wash is designed to wash away heavy dirt and even car wax. I'll make just 2 passes across each ceramic coating. With a light spray, the Shine Armor is a solid sheet of water. So the strip wash pretty much destroyed the Shine Armor. Even after the strip wash, the hybrid solutions continues to demonstrate excellent hydrophobic qualities. And the Cerakote is also performing very well after exposure to the strip wash. Comparing hybrid solutions to Cerakote, they both look about the same and are performing very well. Water is also beating very nicely with the chemical guys. Comparing the Cerakote to the chemical guys, Cerakote is doing a little bit better with the water forming a tighter bead. And water is beginning to form a sheet on the chemical guys. And the Nanobond is still performing very well with the water forming beads across the entire test area. Unfortunately, the F11 is forming mostly a sheet across the test area. And the Nanobond is definitely performing quite a bit better than the F11 after exposure to the strip wash. And the advanced graphene is still performing well after the strip wash, but the water is beginning to form a sheet in some areas. However, the advanced graphene is definitely performing better than the F11. And the hydrophobic quality of the Atoms after the strip wash exposure is by far the best yet. Between the advanced graphene and the Atoms is not even close. Definitely a win for the Atoms after exposure to strip wash. Let's see how the coatings hold up after exposure to iron remover. It's a pretty powerful product that'll definitely cause some damage to some of the products. And the iron remover really disarmed the Shine Armor's protection, and it's almost used up. The hybrid solutions is still performing.
Okay, iron remover. So iron remover is actually really helpful for your coating long term. So coatings actually can become clogged if you don't keep them clean. So basically they form this, think of it like a matrix kind of structure. And if you don't keep it clean, dirt can get in there, and you obviously need to wash it, but sometimes you get contaminants in there. So if you actually hit it with an iron remover goes on pH neutral, it reacts, it has thioglycolic acid in it, TGA. When it goes on, it's going to turn this most products are going to turn this purpley kind of color. You'll sometimes hear it as people calling the car bleeding. Basically, when that happens, it's dissolving, it's breaking down a lot of the embedded contaminants, and it does turn acidic. So you don't want iron remover to dry in your vehicle. That's a huge no-no. Don't do that. But every once in a while, it's not going to hurt. It's actually going to help. But again, if you're talking to wax, yeah, it's probably going to, well, the quality wax should be able to hold up. But something like F11, like you guys already saw, F11's dead. All right.
Well, but the iron remover definitely had an impact. And the Cerakote is also performing well after the iron remover. However, the hybrid solution seems to be holding up just a little bit better. And chemical guy seems to be almost as good as the Cerakote. And the Nanobond is holding up the best so far with water forming mostly beads. And the F11 is still offering a little protection, but the water is mostly forming a sheet. And the advanced graphene is still trailing the hybrid solutions, Cerakote and chemical guys. And the Atoms is still performing just as good as new with nothing but water beads. Very impressive. Bug and tar remover is another powerful product that'll really put these coatings to the test. I'll give the bug and tar remover 3 minutes to go to work. After a quick rinse with water, I'll wash off the front hood with strip wash once again. And the Shine Armor is completely used up, and there doesn't seem to be any protection left. And the bug and tar remover definitely did some damage to the hybrid solutions, but water is still beating. The bug and tar remover seems to have caused more damage to the Cerakote. With a heavy water spray, it took 15 seconds for the sheet of water to dissipate with the hybrid solutions. The chemical guys also experienced a lot of damage. A heavy spray and a sheet of water quickly formed. The Cerakote and chemical guys needed a full minute for the water to dissipate. And the Nanobond is performing even better than the hybrid solutions. And the F11 top coat appears to be completely used up, but the Nanobond is clearing up in only 4 seconds, the best yet. With a light water spray, water is quickly forming a sheet over top of the advanced graphene. And the atom still looks as good as new with only water beads. Even with the heavy water spray, water is still beating up on the atoms. And it took close to 45 seconds for the water sheet to dissipate over the advanced graphene. So the atoms remains on top without water forming a sheet over the atoms, even with the heavy water spray. Nanobond finished in second place at 4 seconds, and Hybrid Solutions 15 seconds. Let's go ahead and check in on the polycarbonate test pieces. After 2 hours of warm water spray, all the coatings are still holding up just fine. Direct sunlight exposure creates a lot of heat, so let's simulate those conditions by running 2.5 hours using hot water spray. After just a few minutes, the water temperature is around 120 degrees inside the dishwasher. Wheel and tire cleaner is some pretty powerful stuff. I'll once again wash the test area with strip wash just to make sure that all the wheel and tire cleaner has been removed. Even with the light water spray, water is forming a sheet over the Hybrid Solutions and is pretty much used up. And the Cerakote is also used up with a sheet of water covering the entire test area. And the chemicals have definitely taken their toll on the chemical guys. And the Nanobond is performing the best so far with the water unable to form a sheet over the entire test area. And the advanced graphene is pretty much used up. And the Atoms is performing by far the best so far with mostly water beating. I put together a review on degreasers a while back, and we'll see if any of these products can survive the best degreaser that I tested. I'll wash the test area once again with strip wash just to make sure that all the degreaser has been removed. The first 4 products are spray and wipe coatings, and they all appear to be completely used up. The F11 and advanced graphene are also pretty much used up. So it comes down to the Nanobond and the Atoms. And the Nanobond experienced quite a bit of damage from the degreaser, but it's still providing protection. It took 15 seconds for the sheet of water to clear. And the Atoms is still doing a great job with only a small water sheet forming and then clearing in about a second. Very impressive. The Nanobond is on the left and the Atoms is on the right. And it's definitely a win for the Atoms. I dried off the front hood a couple of hours ago and it's completely dry. It took 2.1 pounds to move the sponge on the fresh Shine Armor coating, and now it's at 3.7. The Hybrid Solutions perform just a little bit better at 3.5. And the Cerakote and Chemical guys are both performing about the same as the Shine Armor at 3.8. And the Nanobond is performing the best so far at 2.4 pounds. And the F11 is at 3.2 pounds and the Advanced Graphene 3.1. And the Atoms takes the lead from the Nanobond at 2.1 pounds. And 4.5 hours of warm and hot water spray took its toll on the Shine Armor. About 13 seconds for the sheet of water to completely dissipate. A much smaller sheet of water formed on the Hybrid Solutions and cleared in only 4 seconds. The Cerakote performed very close to the same as the Hybrid Solutions, and the water dissipated in close to 5 seconds. And the sheet of water on top of the Chemical guys cleared up in about 7 seconds. And a small sheet of water formed on the Nanobond in 3 seconds is the fastest time yet. A larger sheet of water formed on the F11, and it took 7 seconds for the water to clear the test piece. And the Advanced Graphene performed about the same as the F11 at around 7 seconds. After 4.5 hours of warm and hot water spray, the water is not able to form a sheet on the Atoms. Very impressive! So the Atoms came out on top for warm and hot water exposure. Nanobond finished in second at 3 seconds, and Hybrid Solution 4 seconds. So which ceramic coating is the best? And the Atoms totally dominated the showdown, finishing in first place. However, Atoms is pretty expensive at a price of $150, and it does take more time and effort to apply compared to the spray-on products. On the other hand, Nanobond is a lot more affordable and finished in second place. If it's all about finding a product that performs extremely well and is very affordable, I really like the Hybrid Solutions. It did a great job finishing in third place, and at $15, it's hard to beat. The durability of these ceramic coatings is pretty impressive. All the videos in this channel, including this one, are viewer suggested. So if you have a video idea, I hope you'll take.
Yeah. All right. Well, that went about how I expected it to. Again, Atoms is an awesome product. Again, I don't typically recommend it for DIYers because it can be a little difficult to apply. Hybrid Turtle Wax, Hybrid Solutions, that green spray bottle is awesome, super easy, great value for money. Product that I would probably recommend for DIYers is CarPro Sea Quartz. It's super easy. It'll get you roughly like 3 years if you maintain it, but it's a lot easier to apply than Atoms. If you've got time and you can take it slow, Atoms is awesome. But again, if you get a high spot, it's going to be a pain to get that out. So, but yeah, this pretty much went how I thought it would. So if anybody watching, you got any questions on ceramic coatings or anything, I'd love to answer them. And stay tuned for our next video.